Okay folks, this is another boring image that we can probably jazz up. We can make it look better. So we're just gonna make it interesting. I'm wondering how big we're gonna make it. So we're just gonna make a negative image out of this and work on it. Wondering what the background colour will be. I'm going to make it yellow. I'm just going to set up our usual, pretty much our usual settings, pretty much. Right, let's see what this is. We've got here. Now this machine's doing something. It's now starting up for some reason. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, it's called View Matters. This is to do with, once again, it's to do with the charity called the Smith Family. Yeah, they do a lot of good work apparently. So let's see what we're going to do with this. We're going to make this into something interesting. But we don't need poverty anymore. If the rich would give more money, I wish there could be more rich people who are generous. And that's the kind of thing I'd like to do when I become rich, is to be generous and to give most of my money away, most of my riches. I consider it a loss, doing nothing about poverty and doing nothing to help the other people who are less fortunate as a rich person. I'm not rich. I've been in poverty myself, and it's no fun, folks. It's no fucking fun. And it is preventable. I do believe it can be prevented if the right people are in the jobs that they should be in, like, yeah, being rich, being a CEO. So if you're a CEO, it would be good if you could give your money away to the poor. Not all of it, even if it's just 10%. You don't have to be like me and give 95% of it away. You don't have to, but you could do a lot better helping people by giving 10% of your earnings to less fortunate people. Now this yellow looks a bit too bright. Looks like we've got, I don't think this is going to work. Let's see how we go with this. Wondering if we're going to enlarge it bigger, maybe. See how we go. But I want to make a better future for everyone as much as I can. I'd like to create a world where everyone matters and no one goes hungry, no one goes homeless. That's how I'd like it to be in an ideal world. I'm sick of seeing haves and have-nots, and me being someone who's experienced a little bit of poverty, or a fair amount, in my past. Well, basically I don't want people to be subjected to it unnecessarily. So whatever, it's just hard to make a difference when most people are just so selfish anyway. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks better. That looks a lot better actually. Still looks a bit over, the yellow looks like it's overwhelmed the faces. Wondering what we can do with this. Maybe this is not an easy one, folks. I've given myself to do. Wondering if we can just push it up a bit higher, like so. And maybe, because we want to make this a lot more interesting for a mirror image, so we're just going to put that down. Maybe the contrast is too high. So we're going to just drop the contrast heaps and see how we go. See how dropping the contrast has improved the design. This is not an easy one, folks, I'm finding. Alright, that looks a lot better, and the heads look in a nice place. That looks a lot better now. It still looks a bit overwhelmed, but it looks a little bit more interesting. Wondering where the centre of this job is going to be. I'm thinking it's going to be there. This is not the greatest of demos. I'm thinking we're going to take the yellow copy and make it into a master copy. I'm going to make this into a master copy. Hopefully we can make this look really nice. So we're just going to put it upside down. I'm thinking we're just going to enlarge it a little bit off. But yeah, it'd be good if everyone could have enough money to live on, enough money to enjoy little luxuries. Luxuries shouldn't really be luxuries. I mean, some certain things. I mean, sure, we don't want everyone to run around in their Lamborghinis. We don't want to go that crazy, but basically, if we can make if people can enjoy computers and phones and technology, and I guess for people like myself, photocopiers. So it'd be nice if the world could be a lot more fairer and equitable than what it has become. So let's see how this turns out. See if reversing it, making it back into a positive image. That looks quite interesting. You can see that looks really interesting. I'm wondering if maybe the magenta that I've added may detract from this image. I'm going to just change it, take out the colour. I'm going to take out the background colour. This time it's not going to work for this, so I'm just going to remove it and we're just going to print it off. So that looks interesting how that's come out. It looks like an old-fashioned photo. Looks like something taken in the 1950s, and it's all old and aged. So let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks better without the magenta. That looks a lot nicer. So we're just going to make that the centre of our job. I don't know if this is going to be the greatest mirror image we've made somehow. Not all my demos work out, folks. Like anyone, we don't always do everything on it's not always easy. Now it's stabilising image, which is typical Konica Minolta. But Konica Minolta are an example of greed. You know, they make a lot of money and they don't even make the product of really high quality and longevity. Like the photocopy of this one will only last 5 years, and then it's going to have to be replaced because they stop manufacturing the spare parts after 5 years. So if this machine breaks after 5 years, it's going to be dud. It's going to be dudded. So it's not really nice to have your favourite things not last a long time. Like for me, it's photocopiers. So I can see all these problems in the world which are caused by rich people like the man who made this brand of photocopier, Shohei Yamana, or should I say he's currently the CEO, and he's been the CEO of this company for quite some time apparently. But he's an asshole because he only cares about money, and you can see it in all the things he makes, you know. I've got no respect for him or people like him, and he could be giving most of his money away to help prevent poverty, but he won't. He just makes shit, and it's not good for the environment, and we need the environment. So if people are too greedy, they're going to make they often cause environmental disasters or contribute towards it, like climate change. And climate change is real, folks. Don't doubt it. You got to believe it, folks. Believe in science, because even though not all science is accurate, climate change science is. I don't believe that there are Martians on Mars, or I don't believe in aliens or time travel, but I do believe in the science of climate change. It's very it's proven itself. So many fires and floods and all sorts of shit. But anyway, that looks interesting. I think now we can call this demo. This has worked out better than I thought. I think we can call it quits.